I told you. I told you you're average. You're average at best.
Wait, didn't the Steelers lose too?
Well, I mean, yeah, but it was against the Jags, not the Broncos.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my God, we did it!
My dick is big, my dick is wide, my dick is huge.
That's right. Super Bowl, here we come.
So you're saying there's a chance?
We're ready to tear this baby up.
Why?
Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to this Week 8 Progress Report episode of the Trajan Temple Sportcast. I am your host, professional wrestler, and very sad Kansas City Chiefs fanatic, Christian Temple, joined alongside, as always, by my good friend, the terrible towel twirling, and apparently meme lord, all of a sudden with that background he's got all of a sudden too. I mean, your towel disappeared in the background while you were twirling it there, just so you know.
Well, actually, a Jacksonville Jaguar stole it. And,
Yeah, they stole more than one. I couldn't believe it. They like one grabbed one, then another grabbed another. They had like 4 or 5 of them. It looked like when it was all said and done, when they were running down the field, twirling them around, and oh my goodness.
I would be pissed if I was those fans.
Real quick though, what was it you after I told you that the Steelers or excuse me the Jags disrespected the towel?
I said this team disrespects the towel.
There it is. Very good. Well, that is the perfect segue for the first edition of I Don't Want to Talk About It this week. You're getting a double feature today, folks, but mine, I'm going to go a little harder on my team because at least, Trajan, you're kind of used to this already with the Steelers. I mean, you've had 3 of them already. So, but we're not
one more than you.
We're not, yeah, exactly. We're not that far off too. Steelers lose 20-10 to the Jacksonville Jaguars at Pittsburgh, but I will let Trajan take the floor on this one.
So I really caught that subtle dig of at Pittsburgh when you're going to point out that you were at Denver for your loss.
I'm just stating the facts.
Just stating facts. Just stating facts. I get it. Any hoozles. I'm going to start out with that towel stealing. That's where I'm starting this as a rant. Because teams of the past would not have let that happen. It would have happened, but they would have made them pay for it. This team has no backbone. Once Mika was out of there, TJ Watt was, I mean, we're playing from behind. They're just going to take the pass rush out of the equation. This team doesn't make people fear him. At least with Big Ben, you still had that little bit of fear, even when he had a limp noodle for an arm. This team does not have it. But anyways, so I had a bad feeling going into this game to start out with. For whatever reason, the Jags just always get us. I don't know. It's stupid, but at least this time they're good. Anyways, so we went up against them. First quarter, I mean, they put up 2 field goals on us. We stopped them. They were kind of given those field goals, but drives kept them alive by penalties, but, you know, that's neither here or there. Second quarter, we put up a field goal. They put up a field goal. We had the stupidest offsides. I can't remember what it was called, but apparently we get knocked out of that. Yeah. Anyways, so bad part is we go into the half with Kenny Pickett out. We don't know what's going to happen with him. He injured his ribs. He is a go for this Thursday night game, so he will be playing. Minka Fitzpatrick, he exited the game early with a hamstring. Luckily, it was just a hamstring because it was a contact injury. I feared the worst at that moment, but it's a hamstring issue. But yeah, so then we got old Mitchell Trubisky in, and if this doesn't quiet the people that still say Mitchell Trubisky is still a starter, I don't know what will. I mean, he did get a touchdown, but I think it says more about what Pickens was able to do than Trubisky, because Pickens did all the work. He fought through the defender, but 15 for 27, 138 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks. Keep in mind, most of those yards were garbage time when there was no chance for us to win, and we dinked and ducked 3 yards down the field to ultimately throw an interception. Painful. I'm sick, by the way, so that's why my voice is almost. Anyways, it was not a good game. The only thing that brightened my day is knowing that yours truly here, the star of our show today, has to talk about how his Chiefs are an embarrassment, losing to the Denver Broncos that got 70 points put up against them, and they couldn't even score a touchdown. What's going on?
Boy, you just couldn't wait to transition over to there as you disappear off the screen yet again.
I don't know if I'll have a voice if I keep on going.
That's you know what, that's fair. I'll give you kind of a pass here because we actually do have a lot more talking we need to do, especially about certain teams that need to ascend or descend in the tier maker here in just a moment. You're kind of like fading in and out of existence on your screen too.
Here, I'll do that.
There you go. You want to give the context? Go ahead and give the context of that meme in the background too,
yeah.
and then you can get rid of it.
I'll disappear. So, you know how he led the league in interceptions? Well, this guy right here is tied for leading the league in interceptions, but he's elite. Don't forget that guy's elite.
Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yes, there is a second edition of I Don't Want to Talk About It, as he mentioned beforehand, and as you can see right here, yes, all good things do come to an end. The streak is over. The streak of Mahomes being undefeated on the road against the AFC West, the streak of Mahomes being undefeated against the Denver Broncos, the streak of Mahomes being undefeated at Mile High Stadium, all of that came crashing down this past Sunday afternoon as the Denver Broncos take care of business against my Kansas City Chiefs with a final score of 24-9. And that's there's a lot of people that think this should be panic time for the Chiefs, for Chiefs Kingdom. I don't see it that way yet, but my God, if they keep playing like this for the rest of the season, then things are not looking good. And believe me, after this loss, I was on the bandwagon of hoping and praying that Brett Veach would make a move before the deadline and maybe get Mahomes another weapon to at least help out here too. But that was not the case. The move was Mecole Hardman a couple weeks back. And I'll get into how that turned out in this game in just a moment. The MVP, if I had to name one for Kansas City, was Harrison Butker. Perfect 3 for 3. He's one of the few kickers left in the league that's been perfect all season long on field goals, including a 61-yarder that probably could have made it from 70 yards, honestly. That kick was so smooth before halftime that brought the Chiefs within 5 before half. But yes, the Broncos defense was the story of this game, forcing I think it was 4 total turnovers there. It was 3 interceptions it was 2 interceptions and 2 forced fumbles, one on Marquez Valdez-Scantling, one on Mahomes. The first interception was intended to Travis Kelce. I don't know what Mahomes saw on that one. Kelce was coming in on a post pattern, and I'm so sorry. I don't know your name, number 29 of Denver, but he followed all the way along and cut him down. It was that was rough. The second interception. Let's see here. When was the Was there a third interception or was there 2 interceptions? I don't know. I've got PTSD from this game.
2 interceptions, 3 fumbles.
It was 3. I was going to bring the muff punt as a separate deal there too. But yes, the second interception, there was a lot of fans in Chiefs Kingdom that saying that should have been pass interference called the defender on Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and I would typically agree, but they had no fight in this game left. It was they seemed to have died going into halftime, and just nothing was coming together. Exactly. Yep, that was the third and fourth quarter totally. So, yes, that was. I hate the fact that the Chiefs defense was holding teams below 20 points, and it was the Broncos that broke that streak. That's also what makes it painful. Cortland Sutton gets a touchdown pass. Jerry Jeudy gets a touchdown pass. Amazing. They have weapons that Russell Wilson can throw to and to trust. Justin Watson had a couple good catches. Rashee Rice had a good catch, but also had a drop. Hit him right in the chest. Dropped it. Sky Moore on 4th and 2. I really don't agree with the fact that Mahomes took a shot at the end zone on 4th and 2, because there were multiple times where he could have just, and people say don't take the safe bet. You got to take risks sometimes. I don't care. I want complete passes. I want yards. He could have dumped it off to Pacheco or McKinnon on several occasions instead of eating a sack and getting strip sacked or chucking it deep where there's absolutely no hope whatsoever that it gets caught. He tries to the hero ball is getting ridiculous, and the only reason I say that is because there is no one downfield outside of Kelsey that's reliable yet. The guys that we have, they have yet to show that they can be reliable for long down the field passes. So I hope that this changes as the season goes by, but boy, it's getting late in the season now. We're basically at the halfway point here, and we got a tough opponent overseas in Germany. It's the Miami Dolphins, and I mean, yeah, they've had some games where they might have struggled a little bit too, but they're still the Dolphins. They still got a good offense, and they're getting healthy on defense too. So something's got to change real quickly and real fast. So, but yeah, 24-9, Mahomes. 24 of 38, 240 yards, 2 interceptions. Like you mentioned, no touchdowns. Pacheco was kind of feckless in this one. Kelsey, 6 catches for only 58 yards. Big whoop. Russell Wilson only had 114 yards passing in this game, so he wasn't that great either. But his passes were efficient, exactly. And Javonte Williams, once again, the thing that I've always had a problem with our Chiefs defense is the run game. And the Broncos were the first team to realize it. It's like you run it down their throats and get whatever yards you can and make it easier on you. So I wish we would do the same thing, because we can do the same thing with Pacheco, but we choose not to. We gotta pass on first down all the time. We gotta pass all the time on second down instead of maybe get some yardage, make it 3rd and short, make it easier for Kelsey to get open in those short yard situations, which he's good at. So there we go. You got your rant out of me, Trajan. Are you happy? You got to hear me go off on my team, even though I'm not panicking yet. It'd be foolish to panic this early. It happens every year. I mean, last year, for God's sakes, we dropped what should have been the most easiest winnable game against the Colts, and look how that season turned out. So there's no need to truly panic. There's just signs that things aren't going great right now with the offense. It's not firing all cylinders. So hopefully Reed's got a plan. Nagy's got a plan. Hopefully Spags cleans things up as far as rush, because boy, the Dolphins got good running backs too, did I mention. So we'll see if they can quickly turn this around in Germany and go into the bye week with better feelings in mind. So, yeah.
Which leads us to the word of the day, and it's delusional. And Temple, I think you are. I think this is the downward slope for your team. But we shall see this Sunday versus the Miami Dolphins.
I
but
suppose,
we have bigger fish to fry today.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do, my friend. And as you can see here, there's going to be some changes today. There's going to be some changes here. The question should be, Actually, we should go bottom to top again, I think. Because there will be a change in the Super Bowl category, I think. Probably in both conferences, all things considered. So let's start from the bottom here. Man, the Denver Broncos. I think they've earned themselves an upgrade after this win. Do I think they're meh? We shall see. But I think they've moved on from trash. I think it's time to move them up a stage.
What if they still are trash, but that's where Kansas City is at now too?
Then we'll put them back down where they go in Week 12. The Chicago Bears. What are you thinking for them?
They're still trash.
Yeah. Although they did beat the Raiders.
And they fired Josh McDaniels.
Oh, the Raiders did. We're talking about the Bears, though.
Well, I mean, they technically got him fired.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Lost, so.
Right. Okay. Back to Chicago. We still think they're trash. I would typically agree with that. All right. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers, who did get their very first win this season, but I don't think it's going to take them anywhere. I'm going to keep them as trash, and I'm sure you probably still agree with me on that.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely.
Gotcha. And then next we've got the New England Patriots, who had a big win against the Buffalo Bills here recently. So we have them set at blah. Do you see them getting upgraded or stay about the same?
I'd say still about the same.
Still about the same? Yeah, they are still 2-6, and who knows? Maybe that was a step in the right direction, but we'll see as the rest of the season goes on for them. Next, we've got the division-leading Atlanta Falcons. 4-4. I'm gonna upgrade them. I'm gonna put them as meh right now.
Yeah.
Even though Desmond Ridder seems like his time is up as the head quarterback. They announced they will start Taylor Heineke. Let's see if maybe he can take him to the next level of a playoff contender, winning a very easy and winnable NFC South. But so far so good for the Falcons. I mean, 500 at this point of the season, not terrible. Could be worse, could be better, but it's the South, so take what you can get, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And now we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who we had listed at blah, and you had no gripes about putting them there. They are sitting second place, albeit tied, a three-way tie for second place in the division. Do you think they've earned a spot up, or after the Jacksonville loss, do you think they're right where they belong?
I'm going to make an argument for them being higher.
Alrighty.
I say, even though it was a loss to a very good team, I think that they aren't as bad as I thought when I made that overreaction.
Oh, the false hope is abound again in Steeler Nation. God, you love to see it. You love to see it. Let's hope the Titans don't quash those hopes too soon here. I'm gonna speed round these next two because Cardinals, they're going down, and Raiders also going down. They did fire their coach, they did fire their OC, they fired their general manager. They basically fired Jimmy Garoppolo without firing him because they're gonna start Aiden O'Connell now. But the Raiders, they're kind of on the downslope right now too. Even though they have the same record as the Broncos, and they have the winner, like the tiebreaker over them right now. I don't think it's going to last much longer. If the Broncos are trending up, I think the Raiders are trending down. So they're going to go down.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, this one is interesting because this team is 4-4. They beat their division rival this week, but they've lost their franchise quarterback for the year. It's the Minnesota Vikings. We had them listed as blah. They're 500. They're second place in the division, but man, is Josh Dobbs going to be the one to save the day?
I want to say we should see what Josh Dobbs does with the Cardinals.
Or after leaving the Cardinals, right?
I mean,
Right.
with Minnesota. Yeah.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Okay. Well, I think this team, God, it's just so it's gotta hurt so much being a Giants fan, but I think they're gonna end up staying where they're at too. Although Daniel Jones is cleared to play, so he has a chance for redemption. Let's hope that offensive line doesn't kill him again. But we'll see if things improve for them in the next few weeks. I mean, they're only one game back behind Washington, so I mean, there's that.
That's true. That's very true.
All right, on to the New York Jets, who are now 4-3. They have a winning record. They beat the Giants. I've got them at meh, and I think that's probably where they'll stay for the time being. We'll see how it goes. It seems like whatever Aaron Rodgers is doing is working, because boy, it seems like he's inching closer and closer to being back in the field. And if the Jets get him in a position to make a run in the playoffs, who knows what we'll see.
That team's just so hard to watch. I mean, they're gritty on defense, but gosh.
Well, we're going on to the Los Angeles Chargers now, and it was a good win for the Chiefs to take them down at Kansas City. Chargers, I think they're still kind of meh right now. I don't want to put them as bleh yet. But the way things are going right now, the defense and that offense, Justin Herbert not being very clutch, it could downgrade to bleh. But 3-4, they're still the number the number 2 team in the AFC West as we speak. They had a dominating victory over Chicago. Big whoop. So if they would have lost that game, they would have went straight to trash easily.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you take this next one. First place in the AFC South, the only team in the AFC South with a winning record, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think it might be time to upgrade them, but I'll let you be the one to judge.
They're definitely playoff caliber. That's what I'm going to say.
I just want to make sure you're the one that said it. All righty. Well,
yeah, I know.
I think these next three, which is also, funny enough, in the AFC South, I think all three of these teams, the Texans, the Titans, and the Colts, I think they all get knocked down a step here too. They're kind of in the bleh category. So even though, yes, the Titans won, the Texans lost to the winless Carolina Panthers, so that automatically knocks you down. And the Colts, things just have not gone their way. They're 1-4 at home. They've
been competitive in every single game. That's the second thing.
Exactly, and that's got a sting for them. But yes, we're as simple as it is. The AFC South Jags go up. All the other teams, they're going down. It's not looking good for them. Here's your first divisional rival, though. How about the Cleveland Browns, sitting at 4-3? Big win over the Colts, and I believe, did they beat the Seahawks? I can't remember.
Seahawks beat them.
Seahawks beat them, that's right. But that was a close game as well.
Yep. So I say they're playoff because how things stand right now, if the season ended today, there'd be 3 AFC North teams in. Who would have thunk that? But yeah, I say they're in.
Alrighty. Well, on to the Washington Commanders, who are sitting second from the bottom on there. I think it's time to knock them down to black, because they have not put together too many convincing games recently, including a 14-7 loss to the Giants, who also lost to the Jets. So yeah, Washington's kind of slipping down there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how you look at this one here too. How about the Green Bay Packers?
I say they're trash.
It's looking to be that way right now.
I would say that.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Going on to the LA Rams, sitting at 3-5. I think they'll stay where they're at right there. A case could be made that they might be bleh. They're 3-5. I mean, one of the games they literally lost by a foot. So yeah. We'll keep them there, and we'll see how things go on. So, another division rival for you to choose, the Cincinnati Bengals, who on the standings here are sitting at the bottom as Trajan disappears yet again. The Bengals got them at meh. Do we think we put them up, or do we think they stay where they are until they did get a big win over the 49ers, so...
So every year since Burrow's come in, they've started slow, then stacked on wins. So I'd say where they're at right now is kind of where they're usually at, where they're trending up. So I'm going to leave them right here unless something sets them back.
We'll see when it comes down to week 12. But speaking of seeing something that sets them back, I think the New Orleans Saints are going to be set back in this scenario here. Yes, they are tied for first with the Atlanta Falcons, but right now, like I said, Falcons seem to be trending up. The Saints, they seem to be just getting in their own way. That high-powered offense that was being flaunted has not shown up this year. The defense has been okay, but not good enough to run away with the division like we both thought that they would. Definitely did not think the Falcons would be leading the division coming in this late in the season. I figured at this point would be the time that the Saints would walk away with it, but not been the case thus far.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll give you this next one. It's the Dallas Cowboys sitting at 5-2. Philly sitting at 7-1. So Dallas, far and away, probably most likely going to be the first wild card team in the NFC. It seems.
Oh yeah. Dallas, they have a big matchup this week versus those Eagles too.
Mm-hmm. That'll be a fun one to watch.
So we'll see on that, but. Yeah, Dallas, they're still playoff only by wild card. I don't think they get this division. Philly, it's just proven that they stack wins. Sometimes they're not pretty, but they find ways to win.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do, and that's why we will say something about them here in just a moment. I've already said my piece on the Chiefs and everything too. This game upcoming Sunday is going to be very telling. Chiefs, I'm going to keep them at playoff contender. I think the same could be said maybe for the Seattle Seahawks, who are leading the division technically, albeit by half a game because they had the bye this week, and the San Francisco 49ers been stumbling as of late. I keep the Seahawks at playoff contender. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Alrighty. So we mentioned there might be change towards the top here too. I think the time has come to reestablish Philadelphia as the NFC leader in Super Bowl contender, which also, you made the motion there of a certain team kind of on a skid here, so I will go ahead and take the initiative to put the San Francisco 49ers back down to playoff contender, because easily they will be, but they do not seem as dominant as we thought they would be. Both the Bosa brothers have not shown up since they got paid. Brock Purdy is starting to show signs that he is mortal. You mentioned that the Eagles are winning ugly, but they're winning, except for the Jets. But yep, I could agree with putting Philly above San Fran, at least for the time being.
Exactly.
All right. Well, now I'll give you the NFC North leaders. We got the Detroit Lions.
Their playoff, I need to see some rather impressive wins for them to be up there where the Eagles are.
Absolutely. And the Lions, this is a dream season for them so far, sitting at 6-2. Yeah, I don't think there's many Lions fans complaining about their 6-2 record, where there's a lot of Chiefs fans complaining about their 6-2 record right now. All right. Well, it's crazy to look at this considering how the last few weeks have gone for them too. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm not gonna shoot them all the way down to blah, but they are on a very thin meh right now, and it could very well change that they get shot down to blah the way things have been going. They're 3-4. Crazy to think that they were the division leaders here at Week 4 not too long ago, but yeah, that's just how quickly things can change in the South, it seems.
Oh yeah, they are who we thought they were.
And we let them off the hook. No, I'm kidding. All right, well, on to the final division rival for the AFC North. It is the Baltimore Ravens.
So this is tough because I could put Miami Super Bowl, I could put Ravens Super Bowl, right now with how they're playing. I mean, they destroyed Detroit, and we have them playoff caliber. Certain teams can't beat them, the Detroit Lions. But yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. I will say I give Miami the Super Bowl more than the Ravens.
Which would inevitably bring the Bills back down to playoff contender, which the head-to-head matchup was any indication. The Dolphins have seemed to have earned that. So, which will make it even more satisfying if the Chiefs do end up going to Germany and beating the Dolphins. That would be wholesome for me.
They're being strict. They don't play well overseas. And...
No, I agree. I was gonna say you could almost flip a coin between the Ravens and the Dolphins, the way the Ravens have come alive. But yes, it seems like the Dolphins at this moment seem like the more complete team. Obviously, they had a little bit of injury there. Seems like everyone's starting to get healthy now. But yeah, the way if Tua stays healthy, if everyone stays healthy, the Dolphins, I mean, that's kind of got to give them the advantage right now too. It seems like they're firing at all cylinders in every phase of the game. So yeah, Dolphins and Eagles. I mean, heck, that would be a fun matchup to see. So, but
that would be.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of moving and shaking in the tier maker this week. The Week 8 progress report. Let us know down below. What are your thoughts? Are there some teams that we still have too high? Are there some teams that we put way too low that we're not given a chance? We'd love to hear from you down there too. So, well, we kind of prefaced it earlier, but what did the Steelers have on the menu on Thursday night?
We have the Titans, and hopefully there will be no mayo in our coffee. But short week. Pickett will be playing. He said he's good to go. Minka will be out, but let's see if Tomlin can light a fire under him.
Right, exactly. Can only hope. All right, and as I mentioned, the Kansas City Chiefs have the Sunday morning game against the Miami Dolphins in Frankfurt, Germany. And boy, oh boy, am I looking forward to that one there. Because I'm screwing things up here too. I'm looking forward to that one because it's going to be a tough test between two of the top teams in the AFC. A chance for a clean slate for the Chiefs as they get a win against the Dolphins, against one of the top teams in the AFC. A team that we think could be a Super Bowl contender. That'd be a good way to brush off that debilitating loss against the Broncos. So yeah. You just had to sneak that one in there, didn't you? But yes, it'll be very exciting. It's going to be weird not drinking beer because I don't like to drink first thing in the morning. But I may be drinking after the game if the Dolphins end up beating the Chiefs badly, and I really hope that's not the case. Yes, then afterwards is the bye week for Kansas City, which means that I'll be doing a top 5 Chiefs wins of all time. So. So, made Trajan do losses. I'm gonna do wins for me because it's my show. No, I'm kidding. I'll live up to my end of the bargain. We'll have a top 5 Chiefs losses, and who knows? Maybe this game will end up on the top 5 if it's bad enough. We'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed, it's not the case. All right, but that is our. What was that?
70-20.
Oh god dang! Don't you put that on me, Trajan. But. On that note, thank you everybody so much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all of your friends, and we will see you all next week for the review of Week 9. Right. Okay.
Maybe they do deserve to go up.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, full disclosure. I don't know if it can be heard on the deal on your end or on the stream. A commercial just ran on the tier maker and it like blasted my eardrums out. Oh, it freaked me out. It really I'm keeping that in the video. That was just glorious. Holy smokes, what a rush.